Did you just buy a house? Congratulations! In this video, I've got 10 home maintenance tips for new homeowners. This is the list I wish I got when I bought my first house, so hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and oversights. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back and for spending your time with me. My name is Lindsay and I'm a proud Anthem resident and your local realtor with the Wise Move AZ team at Realty One Group. On this channel, we have a lot of fun talking about all things Anthem and real estate every single Thursday, and we absolutely love having you along for the ride. First off, before we jump into the home maintenance list, I want to take a second to wholeheartedly congratulate you on buying a house. That's huge. You should be so proud of yourself because no matter who you are or where you are, this undoubtedly took some sacrifice on your part. When we bought our first house, I was so nervous and excited, and oh my goodness, did we have our work cut out for us. I had so much to learn about owning a house. Growing up, I lived in rentals, which means that all of the big maintenance items were handled by the property manager. On top of that, I grew up outside of North America, where the construction of homes was very different than what we have here. Thankfully, my husband is extremely handy, and he had a great handle on everything that needed to be done. Oh, and lots of YouTube videos. Thank goodness for YouTube. Anyways, all of this is a long way of saying that I had no clue what I was doing when we first bought our house, and I have learned so much. What I want to share with you today is a list of things that you might overlook when you first buy your house. These are preventative maintenance items that don't take a lot of work but can save you a ton of money down the road. I'll also share a bonus maintenance item at the end of this video that I literally just learned when I was doing the research for this video. That's right, this homeownership business is a new adventure every day. Number 1, clean the gutters. This one is so important. For me, our gutters were kind of out of sight, out of mind. Ideally, I think that you would have your gutters checked and cleaned twice a year. Failing that, in Arizona, you really need to do it before the start of monsoon season. Your gutters play a really important role in diverting water away from your home. If they're not properly cared for or cleaned, you could experience flooding. If you have any trees that are close to the gutter or that drop debris in them, you may want to consider having them removed or at the very least having them trimmed back. Number 2, check your roof. Here in Anthem, we have tile roofs. We're usually looking to see if there are any cracked tiles, missing tiles, cracked mortar packs, or evidence of birds. If you spot any of these, you're going to want to have a roofer or a handyman out to the property to make the repairs. I am so hesitant to recommend that you get up and walk around on your roof. 1, because it's dangerous, and 2, because you need to know what you're doing if you're going to walk around on a tile roof. It's way too easy to jump up there and crack a tile. If you're not going up on your roof, hire a professional or consider using a drone to fly over and have a look. Number 3, drain your hot water heater. By taking the time to properly care for your hot water heater, you can greatly extend its life. Sediment can build up in the tank, and draining it helps to flush that sediment out. We did a whole video on how to drain your hot water heater, and trust me, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. So I will link to that in the cards in case you want to check it out. You can read the owner's manual for your particular model, but typically doing this once per year is sufficient. Number 4, HVAC servicing. Having your heating, ventilation, and cooling system serviced is so important. I haven't been brave enough to try tackling this one myself yet, though. We just hire a local company that comes out, takes a look, and does any repairs or adjustments as needed. We have our unit serviced once per year, and it's been running really well. I've been in an Arizona house in the middle of the summer when the AC died, and it's not pretty. So we just do everything we can to prolong the life of our equipment. Number 5, change your filters. If you're like me, you may not have realized that your home came with so many filters. You need to change the filters on your HVAC system, your fridge, and your reverse osmosis system if you have one. You also need to be cleaning the filter in your dishwasher. For the HVAC system, I was told that it's better to use a cheaper filter and change it once per month rather than opting for the more expensive filters that require less changing. As for the fridge and the reverse osmosis system, you're going to want to consult your owner's manual for the filter replacement schedule. With respect to the dishwasher filter, the best advice I ever got was from the salesperson who sold my parents their new dishwasher. He said that we should take out our filters and clean them every time the light on the dishwasher comes on to remind us to add rinse agent. Ever since then, that's been my go-to, and so far, so good. Number 6, clean your dryer vent. This one I definitely knew about before we bought a house. I saw those infomercials for the lint lizard where the house was on fire because somebody forgot to clean the dryer vent. Depending on how your home is laid out and where the dryer vent is located, you may be able to clean it out on your own. If you can't reach the outlet or if you don't have the right equipment to get all the way through, I strongly recommend that you hire a professional. This one is a serious safety hazard if ignored. Number 7, service your smoke alarms. Speaking of things that are a safety risk, you need to test your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detectors. The U.S. Fire Administration recommends that you test your smoke alarms once per month by pressing the test button. I definitely haven't been great about doing this every month, so you can guess what I'll be doing as soon as I turn off the camera. Also, smoke alarms should be replaced every 10 years. You can usually find the date of manufacture on the back of your smoke alarm. If it's more than 10 years old, replace it. Number 8, test your water pressure. Did you know that water pressure that's too high can damage your fixtures? Having to replace all of your plumbing fixtures would get really expensive really quickly. You can get a water pressure gauge for less than $20. You want your water pressure to be between 40 and 60 psi. If your water pressure is too low or too high, you'll likely want to consult with a plumber. Number 9, service your garage door. No word of a lie, I have the worst luck when it comes to garage doors. Everywhere I have ever lived where we've had a garage, we've had problems with the doors without fail. Having been on both sides, I can't decide if it was worse having the car stuck inside the garage or having the car outside the garage and the door stuck halfway open and needing to get to a meeting in a hurry. If you don't maintain your garage door, it will break at some point. I recommend having it serviced once per year, or if it starts to make a funny noise. Don't ignore any weird noises. In the meantime, you can lubricate the springs with an inexpensive can of garage door lubricant. Number 10, prevent pests. Some pests are just a nuisance, while others, like termites or pigeons, can cause serious damage to your home. Termites are definitely something that we need to watch out for here in Arizona. In fact, we did a whole video on how to prevent termites and the steps you need to take every year to save yourself from a big repair bill. If you'd like to check that out, I will link to it in the cards for this video. You need to find out what types of pests are common in your area, if they can cause damage to your home, and how to prevent them. All right, I promised you a bonus maintenance tip too, right? Well, when I was doing my research for this video, I came across an article that recommended that you clean your refrigerator coils. What? That's right, dust can accumulate around the coils and shorten the lifespan of your fridge. Now, where the coils are located will depend on your fridge model. So guess what I'm doing this weekend? So there you have it. If you're looking for more home maintenance ideas or things that you should be looking out for, I strongly recommend that you read through your inspection reports in detail. These reports contain so much valuable information way beyond just the things that need immediate attention in your home. What project do you think you'll tackle first? Was there anything on this list that you were surprised to hear? If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and leaving me a comment. Lastly, if you'd like to check out the video I mentioned on how to drain your hot water heater, you can click up here. Or if you're interested in learning ways to save energy and money at home, click to watch this video on the bottom. Enjoy those, and I'll see you next Thursday.